That Movie Nut here with a review for 1 Hour Photo, the 2002 thriller starring Robin Williams, Connie Nielsen, and Michael Vartan. The story centers around a lonely photo technician called Cy Parrish, who leads a lonely and socially devoid life. However, he excels at his job being a photo technician to ensure that his customers get the best quality photos they can. However, the idyllic and seemingly wonderful life of his top customers, the Yorkin family, soon drives Cy down a road of obsession as he starts fantasizing about being related to them and making copies of their photos. And eventually, through these photos, he discovers a dark secret that could lead to the dismantling of the family itself. The performances here are all around quite good, with special and immediate props going to the fantastic Robin Williams. His performance as Cy is quiet, subdued, but there is a lot of menace and a fair degree of sympathy in the character. He's socially awkward and inept, but he's not stupid and he's not an unlikable character. He's merely somebody who has never enjoyed the full experiences and fruits of life. And Robin's performance helps us really get inside his head and feel for him, while at the same time being unsettled by his strange behavior. Michael Vartan, Connie Nielsen, and the young Dylan Smith comprise the Yorkin family, and they all do well in their respective roles as mother, father, and son, and all portray the roles believably so that you buy they are actually a real family unit. And when the two parents actually have a squabble, you actually buy it because the actors' intensity in those scenes. And the cast is rounded out by performers like Gary Cole and Aaron Daniels and Paul H. Kim, who do well in their respective roles as either members of the store or detectives assigned to the case. However, the real show stealer here is Robin, as it should be. Visually, the film is excellent. The cinematography here by Jeff Cronenworth is great here. The store in which the photo place is set in has this unnatural sort of utopian whiteness to it, which only further adds to the fantasies and delusions of Cy, while the outside world is more in a general sort of sickly, yellowy, marshy type of color, which contrasts with the white of the store and does make the outside world feel like a less inviting, less kind place to Cy. Not to mention there's a great little sequence towards the end of the second act where, I'm not going to spoil it, but Cy has a nightmare, and it is something that is right out of one of the classic Cronenberg or Lynch movies. It's dark, it's twisted, but it fits the character completely and shows through images, as a film should, the kind of conflict he's going through inside his mind and demonstrates how far he has gone. And it is incredibly unsettling and unnerving. The music, on the other hand, by Reinhold Heil and Johnny Klimek, while not bad and certainly creating a lot of atmosphere and ambience and intensity during a lot of the scenes, with its simple and subdued orchestrations fitting like a glove. Lacks a memorable central theme or piece of music like some of the great thrillers like Psycho and Halloween. However, the music serves its job and doesn't get in the way of scenes nor beat you over the head. And now we get to the script, which was also written by the film's director, Mark Romanek, who also happened to have this be his first proper feature film. And let me just say this right now. This is probably one of the best first movies I've ever seen. Everything feels masterful and carefully planned here. Usually in first movies, the director will either have a take that's too long, or a bit of editing that's sloppy, or a piece of music that's completely out of place. But here, no. Everything is tight and precise. Romanek knows exactly what he wants from each and every scene, and it is just so tense and tightly compacted that I was on the edge of my seat throughout. And because of the way Cy's character is written and the way a lot of the dialogue is written, some of the things he says sometimes have a double and creepier meaning, and that's the sign of quality thriller writing. When you can use double meanings cleverly and not as some stupid way of saying, look at me, I'm being artsy because I'm making this character say this when he really means this. Here you can interpret it. You can think of it as Cy just being socially awkward, or you can see something else being there. And Cy in and of himself is a really interesting character. The dialogue with him is always sharp and precise and shows just how awkward and lonely he is. And you pity him but also feel unnerved by him in equal measure. And the very use of photos in and of itself as one of the key themes of the movie is really brilliant here, because here the photos symbolize things not being what they seem, which ties into the or one of the film's principal themes. The store may look nice, but in reality there's a lot of backstabbing behind the scenes. Cy may look calm, but he has a lot of issues. The family may look nice, but in reality they have their own problems. Plus, the photo theme ties into Cy's backstory, which is revealed later in the film, but I'm not going to spoil that here. And once again, that's a sign of solid, clever thriller writing, where you're able to incorporate themes and ideas here, but have them serve a practical use and not just be there as an excuse to say, look, I'm being deep and profound. Here the photos are thematic, but they also serve a practical purpose in the movie, to give Cy a job and also as a tool for what happens later when Cy goes off the deep end. Is it necessarily the most original thing ever created? No, because we've seen plenty of other movies about socially awkward men devolving into obsession. But here, it's so good, it's so tight. This is just really impressive. And it's probably one of the most satisfying thrillers I've seen in a long time. And so I must give 1 Hour Photo a high silver star. It's tight, it's tense, it's up front with you, but it's also masterful and clever. Truly one of Williams' all-time best, and a movie truly, truly worth your time.